Hello everyone, and what is going on? Hyperion-Blue-GT here. The time has come for today's live summit event, and the Crew 2 will be entered to be at Ice Crown. The final event in Season 11, just like Dominion Kings at the end of the first episode, will go for a different theme event. We'll be focusing on 6 Dominion Frozen, and also to have 3 skills to be on a speed trap, low altitude, and solemn to be on 2 land-based, and airplane will have to be set up and get ready to go. It was so good to have all kinds of different winter theme events, especially to have the others to have a normal temperature condition. But right now, we'll have to go and start counting out to have 6 Dominion Frozen events to be on a street race, hypercar, rallycross, and touring car discipline. We'll be having some 3 stock vehicles, 2 for the vehicle restriction, and no restriction for every rallycross vehicle will be set to be good to go. So let's get ready to go on to participate for today's event, because it's about to go for a Frozen face-up to have a perfect moment to take on to be at the Platinum Ring at the Crown. As always, if you're new to my YouTube channel, go click the subscribe button, then leave a like and comment at the section down below. Check out the links on the description if you want to see more, and don't forget to click the bell for notification on upcoming content videos in the later future. Now it is time to get ready to go for today's live summit event. Let's begin. Alright viewers, after I just uploaded 2 videos to be focusing on to be on the full walkthrough on part 48 and part 49. Part 50 will be set to be scheduled by coming soon to my channel, so it will have to take time, so I might have to be a little bit more focused to be on the US Speed Tour East Edition before moving on to be on the West. But right now, 2 cars in 1 bundle event in Ice Crown that have 20% discount contains to have $964,879 available to have 1 touring car and a street race discipline. For instance, a 2014 Ferrari FXX K is now classed to be as a touring car discipline. By the guess, the top speed is going to be at 217 miles per hour and 1050 horsepower. Based from the LaFerrari, but this one is going to be a very good track-only hypercar, classed to be as a TC icon for only 1 touring car vehicle. Next up, the 2012 V8 Vantage S made by Aston Martin, first edition, and top speed to be having 189 miles per hour with 510 horsepower. Mostly to have different customization to be used as a per-spec since the first installment in the Crew. Alright, looks like that will be quite very good to have 1 road car, and a track-only hypercar will have to be ready up and get organized to have categories will have to be on the Nitro Chemist. The final event will be away for us, and that means 1 bundle event to be on Prestige to get the Pagani Huayra, McLaren F1, and of course to have a Bentley is the Continental Super Sports 2010. Class to be as a street race discipline, doesn't shows the horsepower, and adding up to have a top speed to be average in 186 miles per hour. 1 for the extra, and that should be quite very good to be start collecting with some Bentley cars. But it also includes with a 6-liter twin-turbo V12 engine, the bell being 621 horsepower at 6,000 RPM. Can't wait to get a Continental GT3 Super Sport as a touring car discipline. It was a very good, proud competition complete to be on the 3rd stage of Dominion Rival has come to an end to be on the 2nd part of Penultimate. Crown-shaped smoke to be on the common, and the Aston Martin Vulcan, the Duke Edition, is now acquired to be at the Platinum in 5,456 place in 1,189,401 points. Is going to be a very good, excellent, solid, fine finish line to get 3 Aston Martin cars. We'll be having 1 hobby to be as a reward. Well, I guess that might be quite doing a perfect time to go in to take the final week in Season 11 to get the Scion Spangled Nitro to be on the Platinum. It all comes down to this to have some usual earnings after having 1 week to be on 5 days left in Ice Crown. Alright, so the time has come for having 6 Dominion Frozen events plus a mixed category for only 1 hypercar discipline. So I have to go and take a practice session to be on the 3 skills. We'll have to be on the speed trap. First up, we're going in to be at downtown Miami. For having the first part of the speed trap, we'll have to go for the drag race discipline. Auto switch vehicle, I go, and that we might have to do everything what we can to do 3 force vehicle to be on loan, 2 for the restriction, and 1 for the Rallycross discipline. We'll have to be go out to be on the numbers. We'll have to start out to be on number 1 through number 8. Alright, looks like same position to have a different location to be at Miami. Gonna have to go for a rolling position in the Forsberg Racing Nissan GTR Nismo GT3 as a 2020 model. But looks like the normal temperature for today is going to be a very good time for having a good warm moment to be on the fall season. But at the time, the starting position should be stopped right over here, so it'll have to do perfectly to choose any dragster vehicle by recommend. So let's go to the filters and grab a different vehicle that I have to go with. Is the Dodge Challenger SRT-A 392 Drag Race Edition is now giving a very good different cosmetic to be on the customization on the exterior. So let's go and turn the temperature to be on the cold fusion to be on the extreme speed. Pack it up and go nitrogen to be on the standby in about 3 seconds. Here goes nothing. Traffic cars are in the way. Gonna have to go with some new misses. And airborne by the jump. Wow. So very good. And almost to be at 370 miles per hour to be stopped in to be getting closer to be at 69. But good job to have the first attempt. Will be a very good piece of cake before entered to be on the second skill by having a low altitude. But it'll have to save later on before we're gonna have to be at the Solemn at Temecula Wineries for doing the next part of the land-based event. So choose any kinds of off-road vehicle, you guys. We know the drill, but any recommend might be quite packed up to go for the score breaker to have a different location. We'll have to be slide around to be on the gate. It'll have to take time, so off-road discipline, off I go, and that one might have the Hummer H1 Alpha UTRS livery will have to be set up to be on the off-road areas. Alright, it'll have to take time, and there you go. Evolution 1, so I'm about to go by the selected pick to be driving in to do some meal exercise by the drill of driving. Let's enter the gate. Solemn around the gate to be entered onto the fields. Let's kick up the nitro. Slide around and gonna have to go for an opening area. There we go. Keep it up and keep it go. Come on, stay together because it'll have to do perfectly to be on the main line of direction for doing a single part of the sprint course. Time to go right in. Main score breaker will have to be currently to be at the finish line. 15 seconds left. Alright, there you go. Made it on time. 23,801 points is now clear for a new record to be on the first attempt. But at the time, because either just gonna have to go for the rally raid, motocross, and Rallycross discipline, we'll have to be doing some perfect Solemn course to be at Temecula Wineries for doing a part of the live summon in Ice Crown. So, Speed Trap and Solemn to be on different location is checked to be double up. Now, the low altitude will have to be ready to fly out. Now for the low altitude, we'll be ready to be at Old Louisiana to be on the next skill. Just to wait to see how number of Dominion Frozen to be on a different track layout will have to be ready to take on for having a Frozen face-off to be on the course. Here I go. Now it's about to go a little bit fly low to be on the ordinary to be on the highway. Landing gear is in place. Gonna have to kick it up and stay on top of it. Bridge incoming. There we go. Right at the perfect wing direction. Time to turn around. Different direction. Goes on to have a T intersection. So, either depends whenever you might have to go for doing a normal or inverted flight. Inverted flight might be quite very tricky, and going advanced for many expert flying aces is going to have to do some more attempted skills, will have to be much more higher to be on the main points. So there goes for only one attempt, 155,938 points and 39,701 points. Well, turns out to have very good clear to have a nice low altitude with some objects around, and the street lights are in the way. So I really bet if I could probably have to start out by the number to choose any kinds of different events and track layouts by discipline. So looks to me because Dominion Frozen number 1 will be using with the Aston Martin V8 Vantage, as 2012 will have to take the first one will be entered in. By the numbers, we'll have to be going in by having a different count ever since we have participated at the start of episode 2 in the 6th Motorflix season. However, because the next update is going to be so very challenging, we'll have to be racing in to have a natural disaster before Motorflix season 7 will be coming in by soon. But I bet it does, because a race to have a natural disaster is going to have to go up to have a nice heated temperature. We'll have to be ready to go on to be on the road. So also to have the perk level on the 2012 V8 Vantage S that might have a very good customization to be referred as the Aston Martin V12 Vantage GT3. 798 horsepower in the top speed, 226 miles per hour to be on a semi-expert by the handling. So now I'm all set and good to go. Racing slick tires will have to be racing up to be on the icy road. Drive carefully and do the best while you can to have a 3-lap time attack ever since we have started out to be at black ice. Let's get it on and hit the nitro.
Be careful. Don't start out too greedy on the throttle. There are 2 tricky turns right after you pass the bridge.
It all makes sense to go back from the very beginning ever since black ice, you guys. It'll have to do more skill and early braking to be much more careful to be on the icy track. There goes the checkpoint clear. Stay on top of it. Next turn to go early brake. Alright, looks like it's going to get much more smooth and slide around to do drifting. After having 8 weeks to have some more challenges to do some more forwards by earnings. But good thing that having Motorstars will have to give a good jump start ever since like Dominion Forsberg from the first episode. So here comes the second lap. Checkpoint clear. Go early braking to take that apex, will do the trick. Come on. Slide around and gonna have to go enter by the next checkpoint. Will be currently to be on the main gap by the ejected. 100,000 point. We'll have to do a hard racing effort ever since we have doing some winter themed summon to be focusing on with Dominion Frozen. That's more like it. Drifting on the ice and more handling to become more efficient. Final lap. Let's do it and go precision to be on the early brake. We'll slide it in. Good thing the imported smoke. Excuse me. Good thing the import smoke will have to give a good perfect line to see how it goes, but the progress will be quite doing well make to do it. %10 to go remaining. Let's kick it up and gonna have to go extra boosted.
And step on the gas. victory can be yours.
Crystal clear, and gonna have to do the final stretch to be well clear to have the first attempt. 2 minutes 26.444 seconds is now cleared to have a perfect moment to have an outcome. Sweet and success. Aston Martin V8 Vantage is now clear on number 1 in Dominion Prosen. 1 event down, 5 to go. Now, the next one is going to have to be proceed forward to be on number 4 by having a hypercar discipline. One street race is going to be having a clear to save for only another one, so it will have to take a different hypercar discipline goes on for having a vehicle selection by the force vehicle. Let's have a good check. Alright, looks like number 4 of Dominion Frozen to be at the figure 8 track at Eagle Falls Motorsport Park. That should be good, and let's see which vehicle should I have to go with to be on loan. But I really bet if it's going to be a Koenigsegg 1-1, that would be much more fine moment to go for the Encore. Or it might be having a different one because a different Koenigsegg will have to go with a Jesco in the 2020 model. So let's have a good check on the per level by starting out to be in 294. 1280 horsepower, and doesn't show a top speed according to the spec performance for having a very good excellent 2020 model to be made by Koenigsegg. Alright then, so let's try out and give it a go for using a Jesco to be on the track. Just like driving the 1-1 ever since like last time for having a different race to be at Eagle Falls Motorsport Park. So now, a new challenge, we'll be trying out to have a different Koenigsegg car.
Pay attention. Just after passing under the bridge, get ready for a series of turns.
We know about the turns, it's going to get much more tight serious. So let's rev it up and go enter to be at the main opposite direction, just like racing in Dominion Forsberg to be on a different layout. Kick the nitro, go for the straightaway, checkpoint clear. Solid fine performance, do some hypercar drifting, we'll have to be on the icy road. But maybe I might have to take a good look onto this racing interior view, but actually because it's a hypercar discipline, because that might be quite very cool and much more enjoyable to have the Koenigsegg Jesco to be made in 2020. That hypercar was made in 2 years ago, so it still is becoming the best popular hypercar to be made by Koenigsegg. Here comes the second lap. Gonna have to drive carefully. First checkpoint by the sector is clear. Oof. Note to self. Avoid the late braking and having too much aggressive. Alright, so let's kick up the RPM and see how it feels. Halfway there and 50% to go up and about 60% in the next progression. Only 40 more to go remaining. Now let's ace that course and go proceed to be having a very hypercar challenge to be on the first round. Final lap. Let's have the first attempt. We'll have to go challenging to get things up to be serious in attempt number 2 later on. Alright, looks like all I can see is Tio's ghost car to be passed by. Time to go early break. Another checkpoint clear. Slide to the left. Pull the brake. Do a drift to be having a slightly chance to be at the right corner to be in the next layout.
Are your nerves made of steel? You're going for the win!
Alright, looks like quick as a pie, made it on time to be at the finish line by under 3 minutes. 59.208 seconds in around 2 minutes will have to be brilliantly to have an outcome to be complete to have one attempt. 120,000 points to be well earned, more extra earnings to be on a currency buck. 2 Dominion Frozen clear, only 4 more to go in Ice Crown. Splendid work and fine hypercar decent work to be on a different icy track layout to be at Eagle Falls Motorsport Park. Ever since we have doing brilliantly by using the Koenigsegg 1-1 to be in the stock performance, might be going average and well challenging to go up higher to have some tight turns and may speed to be as a straightaway. So next up, Dominion Frozen number 5 for the Ferrari FXX K will have to be ready to start out to be on a different track location, right here to be at Eagle Falls Motorsport Park to be on a different track layout. Just like the McLaren MP412C GT3, but now the FXX K 2014 will have to make a turn. Top speed to be updated to be at 320 per level to be on 247 miles per hour, 1150 horsepower, and that will be quite very good to have a mid-engine layout to be on the road car, to be on the track-only hypercar, to be on the main part of the challenge. I've been waiting for this all the time ever since I have the same car from Gran Turismo 7, but in the meantime, that will I have a very good excellent track hypercar will have to be perfectly to make a UDRS Insportec livery.
Look, after the tunnel exit, careful. You'll have to handle several curves.
So on the inside in the Ferrari FXX K, that might have a very good excellent racing performance that is also to be based from the LaFerrari. Made in 2013 to have a very good road car hypercar class is going to be a very good excellent performance. It's going to be a very good fortune before converted into the next gen FXX series is now going to be titled to be known as the K. Time to go enter the tunnel. Left turn on the way. Let's slide around to be on the icy track to see how the Ferrari FXX K will have to take a new challenge. Incredible work. Onward to be in lap number 2. Brilliant work, and gonna have to kick the nitro, just like driving the McLaren 12C GT3 in the same touring car discipline. But this race car is now also to be used to be as a road car category in Gran Turismo 7. However, in the Crew 2 to be classed as a touring car discipline to be used on track only vehicle. Just like the Aston Martin Vulcan to be in the same class, just like the LaFerrari is now going to be suitable to be driving in the N1000 category from Gran Turismo Sport. Right turn quickly, clear the checkpoint, now slide around to be on the left turn again. The dirt lap is about to go hard and get more serious to be tricky. Come on, let's keep it go, and gonna have to do the inside. We'll have to find a perfect line. It's all about having one test to have an ordinary road car turns into a touring car discipline. Now almost there to be at 90% in the progression, currently to be at 89, but there it is right now. It all comes down to this.
Nice going so far.
Smooth sailing, smooth drifting, and one competitive track-only hypercar to take the final stretch. Brilliant work. That's more like it. Very good to be well achieved to have one attempt to be adding up to have 32 motor stars earned has been well achieved to be maxed out to be on the 50 tier. 3 events checked and complete, only 3 more to go on Dominion Frozen. So I really bet stopping at number 8 will have to be having a 1 street race discipline, will have to do another round to be on the 4th vehicle. but exactly because number 6 will have to be planned to be coming in for having a mixed event. We'll be using is the Bugatti Depot to be on stock temporarily. But I bet it does, because the Depot will be taking on to be at the Five Kings Casino Motorsport Park to be located outskirts of Las Vegas, Nevada. Bright Light City and one Bugatti hypercar will have to make a next turn to be at the default color rather than customization and different edition. Per level to be at 275 to be at 217 miles per hour and 1500 horsepower to be as a stock version to the Bugatti Depot. Ever since I have got this one from during the time in the US Speed Tour East Edition. But I know this is going to have to take some time. After having some no commentary session, we'll have to do a perfect moment to see how the best time and come with the best memory to be well used to be driving in the past. So let's get the show on the road and race onto the icy track.
Yo, as soon as you see the Vegas skyline, get ready for some nice curves.
Alright, let's give it for some nice curve, and gonna have to kick it up onto the high gear. Elevation and tight turns by the corners will have to be smoothed up to be on the go. So here we are again to be on the same track and different condition, just like driving in a Ferrari F12 Berline Enta. But not to mention, because adding up to have a little bit more dialogue because of the 2 or 3 second skipping parts. So far so brilliant, and the Depot will have to beat the icy track. We'll need to do some more practice whenever it takes. Time to kick up the nitro, but there's no need to have the UDRS White Star at the moment. It's already in the pit. Yeah, just to be well reminder to have a snow deemed condition, it's going to have to do a slippery challenging for only one Bugatti will have to be overcome to be on the surface, will have to beat the heat and go for the frozen face-off. Next turn on the right, same tactics, we'll have to aim towards the apex before going for the next turn on the left. Let's run around and do some drifting to be on the elevation turns. Another checkpoint clear. I almost there to be in the final lap. After lap number 2, we will be going clear. There we go. This is it. It's about to go hard and do some slide drifting for having one Bugatti will have to take one last lap. Very good job to be proceed onto the bridge. And then the wide open hairpin will have to go on to do some drifting. Just like Dominion Forsberg, but now it's about to go frozen to have all 4 disciplines will have to be racing up and go for drifting, just to have a short combination by temporarily. Here it comes.
You're doing great. The finish line's coming up.
And the Bugatti Depot has taken the finish line to have a clear record in about 3 minutes by under amount of time to have 2 minutes 57.944 seconds. Splendid work, and 100% complete to have 117,146 points in one attempt. That's how hypercars will be racing up to be racing onto the ice crown in number 6 of Dominion Frozen. Only 2 more to go until currently to be jumping up to be at the Platinum Rink. So brilliant and much more fun to be pleased to have number 7 and 8. But also to have number 7 because Rallycross will be proceed to be on the next round to be at the same track right here to be at the Five Kings Casino Motorsport Park. But not to mention, ever since I've been driving with a Chevy Camaro SS Rallycross Edition, but it'll have to go again to be on the second time for having a different theme summon. All set and good to go. This time it's about to go for having a frost tile to be outfitted to have a different vanity. Same element to have a snow and electric will be coming in, and this time the blizzard smoke will have to be ready to step it up to go right in.
Pay attention. The first 4 marked turns are the main issue with the circuit. For the rest, trust your instinct.
Alright, gonna have to trust my instinct and gonna have to do some inside turns of the apexes to be on the icy track. So, in that case, if you guys might gonna have to see that content video by using the same Camaro to be on a different theme summon, so it's still open available to my YouTube channel whenever you're welcome at any time. I have to keep focusing on and proceed to be on the same track. Go for the straightaway to be on the main straightaway to be at the first turn. Dive in and go for the tight turns. We'll do drifting in the Rallycross vehicle. It's the most wonderful time of the year in the last summon to take on, for having a frozen crown will have to become a very good dominant moment. But at the time, you should probably might have to stick your 8-game strategy up if you're gonna have to improve it and be well successful to take on in 6th Dominion Frozen event in this part of the theme summon. Here I come. Gonna have to do some drifting while the blizzard smoke will have to be much more spiking up to go effect. Another sector clear. Gonna have to take that straightaway right next to the pit lane entry. Just the way how it go with the flow. But also to be very more aggressive to be on a cold temperature. Good thing the air conditioner that will giving me the time to cool things out a bit. Thank you air conditioner, and thank you winter season. Heads up, the final lap is about to go right in to take the first turn. We'll have to be ready to enter to have another round and same drifting style to be on the same Rallycross discipline on different vehicle. Gonna have to turn around. Inside drifting by the clipping point, we'll have to do a cold moment. There we go. Checkpoint proceed. Naturally, to have a fine effort, we'll have to do 3-lap practice. Gonna have to spike things up and do a blizzard smoke will be coming out. One more checkpoint to go. Final stretch.
You handle this car well. A real steady hand.
Yeah, looks like exactly perfect time to have mud everywhere for this part of the daily challenge. Or should I say, icy snow everywhere. First attempt and well cleared to have 112,206 points in 3 minutes 28.15 seconds by the decimal. Good job to have another round to be on the Rallycross discipline for only one more event to go. Number 8 of Dominion Frozen will be ready to go back to be at Black Rip Motorsport Park to have another street race vehicle. But good thing that the next vehicle is going to be having a European just like Koenigsegg Jesko and Bugatti Debo. For now, the Lamborghini Huracan LP610-4 will be ready to step up to be entered just like racing in the Murcielago. Per level by default in 208 and 201 top speed to have a miles per hour to have 700 horsepower. Perfect drive to go for the all-wheel supercar will be racing up to be on the icy track. Just give me 1 second to have my eyes to be wiping up with some tears. Cheering and expression is going to be so very good. Perfect time to cool things down to have a nice cold temperature. We'll have to be racing up to be on the icy snow. So let's do this, you guys. Final round and give it everything what you got.
Hey, careful entering the forest. It's a double apex turn. I know you can make it through in one single drift.
We know and different Lamborghini since the Murcielago, but now the Huracan will have to make a turn. We'll have to be stepping up to have the next part of the challenge. We'll have to go speed up to beat the icy road. Checkpoint has been cleared by the second ago. Okay, looks like going late braking might need to do a little bit more careful. Drive cautiously and gonna have to step it up to find a perfect line to go for the inside apex to be at Black Rip Motorsport Park, located to be in the mountain states at Mojave Desert. That should do the trick. Now going straight to take the next lap on number 2. Solid fine icy work and drive cautiously to have one supercar to be in the different Lamborghini. So let's try this again and do a perfect brake position. Don't get caught to go late braking. 13.739 seconds. Very awesome, and gonna have to keep it up to go up in about 20 seconds to have a clear attempt in the first segment. Time to kick up the nitro and be prepared. Final lap, it's now or never. Very good and well splendid to have that track layout to be going through. Nitro is good to go. I'm still very good to drive the Huracan to be on the icy road to be on number 8 in Dominion Frozen, you guys. Time to go slide around to do drifting to be on the hairpin elevation. Alright, that should do it. Another checkpoint clear. Step to apex. Now next turn on the lap.
The way you take those turns makes my head spin.
And there you go. 2 minutes 58.378 seconds is now cleared to drive with the Lamborghini Huracan. Is actually doing great and 100% to have a single attempt in 122,300 points. Now that's an IC competition to be on the final stretch at the end of episode 2 in season 6 Dominion Frozen. Right at the bat and made it on time to be at rank 986 place. So awesome, and I cannot believe it. I just finally made it on time to be in the top 1000 at the time, because Ice Crown for season 11 at the final round is going to be a job well done to be complete just in time, and about the next update will be arrived soon. So what do you guys think about participate in 6 Dominion Frozen to have 2 street race, 2 hypercars, 1 rallycross, and a touring car discipline, along with 3 skills to be on the speed trap, slalom, and low altitude? My best is going to be very good to be tried out to have a 2014 Ferrari FXX K is now doing great to be on the Eagle Falls Motorsport Park. Depends on which cover theme to be on a different track layout, goes on to have 5 locations in the US. Especially for the Bugatti Depot to be on a forced vehicle and mixed event is going to be so slippery and challenging to be at the Five Kings Casino Motorsport Park to be on a 1 single street race event. Especially to have the same part to be on Rallycross at the Five Kings Casino to be on number 7. But of course it is, because same matter and different theme summon goes on, but having a Frozen theme condition is going to be a very good proud moment to take the Frozen crown. So I really bet the next update after Season 6 Episode 2 will come to an end. But I really bet a different theme of Motorflix will have to be entered to be on Season 7 will go into the storm. All kinds of brand new cars, including the Mitsubishi FTO, will be coming to the Crew 2 as well. How excited is that to see how one Mitsubishi is going to be becoming a very good, proud, popular moment to have a first ever vehicle to be in the open road. But I bet it does, because the FTO really sure does is going to have to take a first time to go enter to be on the first visit in America. Alright folks, time to wrap this up before at the end of the video, so perfect moment to have a free time to do some follow-up catch-up. We'll be doing an update to be on the score point position. We'll be doing much more fine defended to be on the top 1,000. 986 place. Very good moment to have 1,236,472 points. Is going to be a very good, excellent record point achievement to go up and get higher to have different activities and skills. So I have to get back in to do a main focus to be on part 50 and part 51 to be in the full walkthrough. I'm about to do 2 straight race events to be at Pikes Peak, and stage number 6 will have to go downhill to be in the rally raid car. So I had to make sure to keep an eye out to have 5 days left until Ice Crown will be over to be updated by the rankings. Season 7 of Motorflix is coming by next week on November 16 after Season 11 on the live summon. At the end, we'll move forward to Season 12 for the next update. Thank you for enjoying watching the video in the Crew 2 folks. I hope you enjoyed. Go subscribe to my YouTube channel for a like, comment, and click the bell for a notification on upcoming content videos if you'd like to see. Don't forget to check it out on any social media platforms like Dividend Art, Twitter, Instagram, GT Planet, and more for see for my own image artwork like UDRS livery, Total Drama fan art with card liveries, and more whenever you're welcome at any time. I'll be see you guys next time on the live summit event in the Crew 2, and I look forward to see you again in the next video. Keep on racing, stay clean.